Don't Drop the Bomb is a word association game our team created that involves strategy, speediness, and creativity. The game is split into two teams who have a whiteboard each. A deck of cards sits between them, each card containing a random word. One player flips over a card to reveal a word, and the team secretly decides on one word bomb that the other team cannot say. The sand timer is then flipped, and the team must take turns listing words associated to the word on the card, whilst attempting to make the other team say the word written on their whiteboard. If a bomb word is spoken, then the other team gets to reveal their whiteboard and win the round. Don't Drop the Bomb can accommodate 2+ players, but we recommend a maximum of 8 divided into 2 teams. This style of play comes under the genre of party game, which can involve an undefined number of players, interaction between teams, consistent participation, and does not involve player elimination. Instead, one team either wins or loses based on the ending score. When beginning to discuss the intended audience, another genre can be incorporated, as Don't Drop the Bomb acts as an educational game for younger children, as it encourages creativity, requires quick thinking, and incorporates vocabulary expansion. Another quality of a party game involves little restrictions on players' ages as a family game. We recommend the game is played by ages 8 and up, as the only restriction on players' ages is through the complexity of the words, so younger children may remove words such as generation, occupation, and elements in order to best suit their comprehension level, but a team can still be made of a range of ages. While this can be considered mass market, our intended audience may enjoy wordplay, quick decisions, social board games, and simplistic instructions.
Don't Drop the Bomb can be categorised as both an Agon and a Lear game according to Roger Calwar's sociology of play divisions. Calwar also devised a spectrum where any given game will fall between ludus and paideia. We would categorise Don't Drop the Bomb as falling more towards ludus. On a similar note, Huizinga believed games are unconcerned with materiality. Don't Drop the Bomb can be very easily played even without access to our allocated materials. Players could simply use a pen and scrap paper and a timer on their mobile phone to create their own version of the game. In defining our game mechanics, we look to the work of Miguel Sicart. Don't Drop the Bomb features the core mechanic of trying not to say the word the other player has written down. Our primary mechanics are taking turns in saying words related to the word card being played within the limit of a 1-minute sand timer. The secondary mechanics to the game are relative to the possibility of expansion packs and adding house rules. Despite the formal mechanics of games, players will appropriate agency within games to behave in unpredictable ways. Brandt and others' formatting design dialogues proposes that the features of a participatory design consist of a diverse group of players gathered around a collaborative activity, guided by predefined gaming materials. While the game is mostly designed for 2 people at a time, there is opportunity to play as a group in teams or a round-robin style game where players verse the winner to increase its participatory nature. Additionally, rather than word cards, a third player could be coming up with the words for each round.
Lots of background research and playtesting of popular games was done before finalising our game. This enabled us to discover what aspects of a game make it fun and enjoyable to play. We were able to learn more about different mechanics, themes, and stories within games. One of the first games we playtested was Werewolf. We were able to learn that the only mechanic used in the game was a deck of cards and that the theme involved mystery and thinking. After researching online, we found that card games are the most popular type of game as they are simple and don't require a lot of materials. For this reason and the fact we enjoyed Werewolf, we wanted to contribute the card mechanic into our game. We did begin with creating a game similar to Werewolf and another game called Spyfall, but we're running into problems with rules and game time, which were making the game much more difficult than it needed to be. We saw that maybe the theme choice for our game was making us tangent off, so we decided to go on a different path with our game. As much as crime investigating and fantasy-themed games are fun, we wanted to make our game as educational as possible, and for that reason, we decided to create our game as an educational tool for children. Again, after researching online, we also found that teachers see games as an intriguing and fun way to learn as well as socialising with other children. Repetitiveness and consistent use of words has also been found to help kids remember what certain words mean and what context they are used in. For this reason, we chose to make our game based on words in order to help children think and train their brains. After playtesting our new game, we found it was much easier and more enjoyable to play as it was quick and easy to understand, and we were also able to finally come up with the title, Don't Drop the Bomb.
Don't Drop the Bomb is a carefully articulated board game that targets school children. As stated before, our target audience enjoys wordplay, quick decisions, and social simplistic games. The age range for our game is 8+, however, you can remove complex words to suit the younger audience. While researching various audiences, we wanted to make a game that made a difference in the world. We came across a study conducted by Najar, 2014, highlighting students who played word-dominated board games enhance their vocabulary. As our marketplace is the classroom, we hope to fulfill all levels of engagement and interaction when the game is played. Whenever a game is to be conducted, the number of students, proficiency level, cultural context, timing, learning topic, and classroom setting are factors that should be taken into consideration. Games help and encourage many learners to sustain their interests. Word games also help the teacher to create context in which language is useful and meaningful. Learning vocabulary, learners need to be able to remember long-term information. It's first held in short-term memory, and by lack of attention, it is quickly lost. In order for the information in the short-term memory to be retained, enough rehearsal and elaboration is needed. The more emotion and knowledge that is rehearsed in the memory, the more likely it is to be retained in the long-term memory. Clapper, 2003. Games have been shown to have advantages and effectiveness in learning vocabulary in various ways. First, games bring in relaxation and fun for students, thus help them learn and retain new words easily. With the use of friendly competition, it keeps learners interested and creates motivation for the learners to love English. Moving forward, we investigated many games that are quite popular in the classroom, one of them being Blank Slate. The operations of this game is where everyone secretly writes down a word that completes a phrase on the clue card. However, you must choose your word carefully, as you score the most points for matching words with one other person. The basic mechanics of this game involve a paper and a pencil. It's a family-orientated game where one gives a clue and then you get a clue. The play on words in Blank Slate reflects on the characteristics of Don't Drop the Bomb. Word games are great because they help children focus on sounds and letters and develop critical skills they need for reading, writing, and spelling.
One of the main mechanics attributed to our game Don't Drop the Bomb is that of a simple card mechanic, simplistic in nature and fun altogether. Rather than building a multiplicity of mechanics to further extend the frame, Don't Drop the Bomb focuses on engaging creativity and efficient decision-making, with fun being first and foremost. Communication is a key element, and this mechanic allows the ability to choose and deliver specific words that are correctly or closely associated with the designated word card that has been drawn. The mechanism of strategy encourages quick thinking and additionally helps with creativity, applying skills to lead the other team or to stray far for your own safety. Strategic vocabulary and critical decision-making is necessary. Don't Drop the Bomb can be seen as accessible. This mechanism gives players plenty of options and room to move. This also provides the ability to teach the game to new players within minutes, and even the board game novices can pick up the game with ease. In terms of theme and game world, Don't Drop the Bomb can be very much defined as an abstract game, meaning there is no particular theme and the experience of playing is more important. Our game involves the competition between two teams, moving alternatively between each to gain an advantage and defeat the other team through strategy. An element of luck is also involved and exercises logical thought and decisive thinking. As we have talked about previously, expansion packs can be added varying in difficulty, allowing an infinite supply of competition and critical thinking. Using the word bomb can be related to a series of words you can't say, providing fun and engagement to the abstract game, and allowing it to be set in either a party, family, or educational world. The player experience is extremely valuable in developing the narrative of the game. The art of winning and losing provides valuable skills to enhance learning and critical thinking, and the ability to learn from prior mistakes or to learn new skills. In addition, it can jumpstart the creative flow of thinking and allow players to think outside of the box. Essentially, all elements can be critical in the process of character building.
Our game Don't Drop the Bomb was play tested by a group who provided us with a majority positive response to our game, but also feedback of ways in which we can improve our game. The overall response to the playtesting experience was that our game was easy to comprehend, which allowed the players to be able to get right into playing Don't Drop the Bomb straight away. This was followed by feedback of the simple design of the game, with each part having its purpose of use. There wasn't too many rules that needed to be remembered, which complemented the simplicity of our game. Furthermore, Don't Drop the Bomb encouraged the individuals to think critically as well as strategically, which gave the game a good balance between simplicity and complexity. From the responses from the individuals, the main feedback of how we can improve and iterate our game was the mention of adding in genres of cards. This idea was actually discussed between my group members prior to the playtest, as we mentioned how our game can include expansion packs of cards with themes such as superheroes or TV show characters in order to make the game a bit more specific. There was further feedback that had suggested that although the rules could be easily understood, it would have been good if we had provided a rule sheet that the players could refer back to when they were wanting to double check or further understand the rules of the game. An example of this was the players wanting a more defined ending of the game, as they were unaware of when the game stops. In our rules, we had included that the game ends once a player reaches up to 10 points. The only feedback on the design of the game was that the playing cards could have been more sturdy by using a different material or laminating the cards.
The feedback we had received from the individuals was extremely helpful and allowed us to take into consideration the responses and implement them into improving Don't Drop the Bomb.